Hello and welcome. I present to you a duel review sent to me by Gibbination, and this is the final matchup of the 4 versus 4 Iron Man, where Gibbination signed himself up 4 times for his own team, and the opposing team was Chris Flores, George Saavedra, Carl Waite, and Jonathan LaBounty, I believe. So, uh, every player plays until they lose, except for in the case of Gibby, as he has signed himself up 4 times over, and every competitor has staked $50 on the line for a total prize pool of $400. So Gibby is right now 3-0, having beat 3 of the players in the opposing team and have not lost once, which means that John-Wick, who I believe is Ivan Flores, Chris Flores, I never remember. Sorry about that. um, has to beat Gibbination 4 times in a row in order to win the match. So I'm not sure how many attempts Gibby gave them, but I'm pretty sure that Gibby is going to win this one if there is not a miracle. How many matches it will take, I'm not sure. So we're playing Gibby's Chaos Turbo variant with the Mimics. It looks to be a very solid version, and from what we've seen, it seems that it's pretty unique. You don't see many lists exactly like this. So, first decision of the game, we live with Thunder Dragon, we set the Mimic, and we could set 3, we could set 2. I would probably set the Wind Blast and flip it immediately to achieve tempo, to ensure board presence. And at that point, I guess I would set a ring and a book next to it. Decides to hold on to the book, sure. Does not flip the Wind Blast because it could have been a faith, because it could not have been a faith in our mind. Here comes the product grid. So if that was to be a faith set, we should Wind Blast now to avoid it, but I don't think it is. I think that makes little sense. So I would stay cool here and hold on to the Wind Blast, as I don't think this product grid changes much, seeing as it's very unlikely to be a faith set. Gibby doesn't agree. Gibby says that this part of grid is reason enough to tip the tip the scale. Is that an expression? That before it was close between whether to win blast or not, but we leaned against, and now with the pot of grid, we lean for. Because I would have done it either way, so I can't blame them. And yeah, this is bad. So we're up against Thunder Dragon, Pot of Grid, Graceful Charity, and we're on the draw. And we get Nobleman. I suppose that we're going to ring this Kaiku. Decides against it, but that way we lose both our Thunder Dragons. We're in a rough spot either way, but I don't really see why that is a good decision. Tsukiyomi is a great draw, but they have the trap does shoot. Okay, I guess at this point we don't use the ring then, but I'm not quite sure. I would just want to get the kike off. Like, what are we hoping to hit with a ring, frankly? I guess that puts a dark in the graveyard. Yeah, that's probably what Give is thinking. That actually does make sense, because if the ring doesn't actually alleviate any pressure, you could argue against using it. I would probably just make my opponent have it, Even if I do have a Chaos Monster, it's not obvious that we should summon it. Yeah, goes for the ring. So it was going to trade for a book either way, so didn't really matter, but if there wasn't a book, you know, could have worked out. Doesn't shuffle their hand, still doesn't react. Yeah, but I mean, we're not really giving ourselves a chance here. So why do we win Blast at that moment? I don't understand. Not that it matters, but why right then? Yeah, at this point we're completely lost. So one game down, if John-Wick can win one of the two following games, they will have won the match, making the score 3-1 in Gibbination's favor. First to four victories. So yeah. Right, we just shoot them. I think we're gonna get rid of the serpent. Yeah, because the Azure isn't that big of a threat as it's likely to trade for our new Doria. So, do we get to flip our monster? We get the dust shot first. We're likely going to take away the mimic. No, go for the Billas. Okay, we play the pot. So, I think we flipped new Doria and attack here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Did you shuffle your hand there? Doesn't matter, but yeah. This creature swap is a bit suspicious, but I guess we don't want to let them flip a spy or a faith. So it does make sense. We only get punished by Sangan and Serpent, and unfortunately this was a Sangan. But this is quite clean, regardless, because even if this Sangan isn't the greatest, we didn't actually lose anything. We just took control over the Sangan as giving them the tomato was not an issue. So if we view the body of the Sangan as an asset, I still think this is working out well for us. Probably would have been if they had something to prevent attack from the new Doria. But that's giving them a lot of credit to both have a Sangan or Serpent along with another relevant back row. So I think we pass. We could set the call, but seeing as we have a Sangan on the field, I would wait with the call until our Sangan hits the graveyard. Kiwi doesn't agree. Yeah, so we actually knew this was gonna happen. Not quite sure what we add here. Maybe Serpent, maybe Magician. Gibber does run Did War Lady, that we do like to add in these spots as a light monster. Goes for the Faith this time. So I think John Wick is going to try and trade off for the Eudoria. No, we decline. So we're claiming that the Eudoria is more of a liability than an asset, as it's basically a lightning rod for a chaos sorcerer, which you might see come down here. Our opponent shouldn't really be scared of Torrential. Okay. Yeah, let's lead by attacking with Nidori. Says to go for the Thunder Dragon first. Sure, doesn't matter. Sets the Mimic. Our opponent does know that we have a Magician of Faith and a Mimic. There's the Torrential. Yeah, unfortunate. There's the BLS. That's a bit weird. It's very aggressive. But we know that we have double Thunder Dragon, Magician of Faith, and the Call of the Haunted. Which means we only have one other option. So our set card is very likely going to be a Call of the Haunted, because why wouldn't we set it? Seeing as we have the Sangan in the graveyard, there's not really any downside. Worst case scenario is still fine. So just have to push 3,000 points of damage here, as for all they know, we can't out the BLS. But our fifth card, the only one that we don't know of, is the Chaos Sorcerer. And I believe we summon it. Didn't shuffle hand. Oh, this is bad for them. So now I can go BLS. And Tribute Summon Thunder Dragon and use Call of the Haunted, and that's lethal. And Gibby does not miss these game shots. Nice, so the match is equalized. Uh, Lead with Duo. Attacks with the Tomato first, which I'm not a fan of generally, because often it's going to run over the Sangan, which can get a Serpent or a Night Assailant. So I would probably lead with the Duo. This time around it doesn't matter much, but we also do give him some information. Set Mirror Force Pass. I'm not sure, why wouldn't we use the Duo? Yeah, I think that's weird. So we're going to take a lot of damage here. Yeah, this match could just be over. So if we use Heavy Storm and there's a book, we're completely destroyed. If we use Snatch and there's a book, we're also completely destroyed. I think we have to pray it's not the book and go for the Storm. Probably we'll lead with the Duo. Yeah, there's the book. We can still Snatch and Tsukiyomi the Spy. Lead with the Duo, I believe. Refuses to use the Duo, that's so weird to me. Okay, so we do run Spy, so we're going to run over the new set with the... I don't know. Spy? Could go with the Tsukiyomi as well. Goes with the Tsukiyomi. Alright. I still think we should use the Duo, but I could be wrong now. So now there's a Night Assailant in the graveyard. But yeah, we just have to snipe their Chaos Monster. Yeah, I think there wasn't reason enough to hold on to it. I mean, there are always pros and cons to holding on to your Delinquent 2. It's just that most often the cons outweigh the pros. Alright, so match 1 goes to Our opponent, John-Wick, who has to win 4 straight, as Gibby has slaughtered John-Wick's teammates. From the play, can set either Mimic or Didi War Lady. I would set the Mimic because the Didi War Lady is a good proactive and reactive play, while the Mimic is really only a good proactive play. It doesn't react very well. Sets the Mirror Force. Could make a case that we should play around Breaker. Could make a case that this hand cannot afford to play around Breaker. It's always interesting to see what these strong players choose. I think we summon Warlord and attack. Does shoot. We're probably gonna take BLS. We took Night Assailant, so we took the Only Dark. Sure. I was considering mentioning that we should set Jedi Warlord instead of the Dark Mimic level 3 to play around our Only Dark getting banished by the Nobleman, but I don't think that's relevant enough. And I stand by setting the Mimic. So yeah, summon Warlord attack. Sets Warlord. Not completely sure what's going on here. Also sets the call, which I think looks a little bit weird. Yeah, pass. Could set the scapegoat. So this is the thing Gibby does, is sides into chaos control. And we're not going to exchange this G War later for the Grey Cooper Spy, because right now we're in a standstill, and if we exchange, they have 2 spies and we have nothing, which means that we're taking a lot of damage. Does not set the scapegoat. To play around Heavy Storm, I suppose? Sure. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. The scapegoat would be nice here. We decided to play around the Mirror Force. Yeah, I think something along these lines is the right amount. No, wait, we have already used the Mirror Force. So what are we playing around? Asura? Not quite sure I understand this. Yeah, bit weird. I think we summon to make an attempt to run over Spy. Yeah, because we need to alleviate some pressure. Wow, that's too weak. Because we don't have to worry about the scapegoat. Because this tomato is never going to die by battle. Either it runs into Rageki Break, or it gets banished by the Dida War Lady. It's not going to conflict with the scapegoat. Oh, so this is the plan. I don't really see why it's better not to summon the tomato though. You could make a case that our tomato is valuable, that we don't want it to get banished, as it's our only dark. But I think alleviating some pressure is so valuable. I think we should have run over Spy. Wait, this is game 1, right? So Gibby is playing Scapegoat in his main deck. Cool. I don't think I've seen that before from him. Maybe we're doing something like 1 copy Scapegoat, 2 copies of Meta or something. Gibby likes his, I think fair to say, weird lists. Yeah, here we can definitely see these spies adding up. Park is a good one. Yeah, I mean, summon tomato, attempt to run over spy, or we could set the tomato. We're likely going to lose either way. I think we have slightly better chances if we summon it? Yeah, I don't think it matters much. We set it. So we grab another tomato, yeah. Now what? Alright. But we're still going to attempt to attack here, right? Yeah, so why not do that last turn? I'm not so sure. So now I have the BLS. There's no light. I think maybe we should save the BLS for next turn. Just set the Sang in here. Yeah. It's so weird to me how John-Wick is playing this, because there's no Mirror Force. So why aren't all the spies attacking? Like, the only card I can think of is a Zero Priest, and I don't really understand why that would be an issue. Or why that's on the radar at all. So we can't take 1200 here. So we gotta flip the scapegoat. So Ring of Destruction would be an unfortunate misplay. So, still looking bad. I guess we could summon Vilas. Try to turn over to Spy. Hmm. Okay, so goes for the Vilas to banish the set. Sure. Does this mean that we're gonna Tsukiyomi the Vilas as well? To play on the Snatch? Or are we just gonna set the Mimic? Probably right. Still doesn't attack with the second Spy, but I guess it doesn't matter too much right now. But I would still want to check the set. Okay, we're live. And we summoned a Sangan into our BLS that we're not clearing. Bit weird. So flip the Mim. Wait, we can flip flop BLS. I guess we start by declare BLS, flip the Mimic, and reassess. And we'll leave with the BLS effect to not get more blown out by Torrential than we already do. Yeah, we agree. Flip the Mimic. Oh, decides to leave the Mimic set. Mm, yeah, that's fair, but it's a bit boring. But yeah, that's probably better. Decides to attack here, which I think is good, seeing as their opponent has already used the Mirror Force. We're unlikely to be running too many more battle traps. And the difference between banishing a spy and running over two spies and pushing for 600 damage is quite significant. So we pass. Now I can snatch the BLS, that's the issue here. Oh, we don't have the snatch. Nice. So we could flip-flop BLS, but it doesn't make much sense here because we don't actually gain any damage from it. So I think we flip the Mimic. I'm not quite sure why we don't flip the Mimic. I guess because we want to develop the Faith. Yeah, sure. That's fair. Ooh. Books now, but not last time. Okay, sure. We set Faith then. But I would almost prefer to flip Mimic, play Tsukiomi, set Mimic. But I guess that's a bit greedy and a bit too slow. Setting Faith is slightly better. Yeah. 4 cards each. And our opponent didn't have a light in their graveyard. So that's why they went for this card destruction. They find Graceful. They find Thunder Dragon. Do they have the Nobleman? No, they do not. Do they have Regeki Rick? It appears not. Akira Torrential. I mean, we lead with flipping Magician, right? and go for some game shot. Wow, snipes the torrential. Yeah, that's nice. That's probably better. What a god. Yeah, we're gonna go for the pork grid. And we're gonna flip the mimic. Leads with breaker. So why did we use the pork grid before the breaker? Okay. So we flip the mimic, I must assume. Goes for Chaos Racer first. Not sure that it matters. So this is not lethal. Can we set up lethal with the ring? No, cannot. Decides that banishing the spy is slightly better than running it over. Yeah, doesn't matter. Why not? Attack for 2000. And now we can always cash in the Chaos Sorcerer for a draw with the ring. Or at least attempt to. But we're looking for more here. So we're going to set Windblast and Book. Could even set two as well, yeah. Nice. Because there's no storm, there's no card destruction. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We're going to target Chaos Sorcerer, I believe, yeah. So, do we use a book here? That's scary. I don't think we need to. I think we let it go. Yep. Now we book. We could even Wind Blast. Actually, Wind Blast sounds better. Yeah, sweet. Get level 3. Did we actually not have a flip? Yeah, we didn't. Cool. And this is lethal. Right, so let's see here if we can finish with this one up. Ooh, awful hand. Yeah, Gibby has told me about this soul exchange in the side. I think the card is just great. I think it has a lot of potential. Cool to see. Gonna use a Thunder Dragon. And now I think we will see the soul exchange to summon the Thunder Dragon. Decides to delay it as our opponent's set monster is unlikely to be a Faith. It's something Gibby does a lot. Just doesn't care about flips that are not going to be Faith. So, I still think we should soul exchange the set monster. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, this is a bit slow. You can see that we're kind of punished here for not clearing the spy turn one, as spy just puts a lot of pressure. Very efficient card. Can also be clunky at times, of course. That's the trade-off. We use Polacrid. And we don't have a dark, right? No. So how do we do this? This looks awful. Concede. But this just looks completely awful. Yeah, but I mean, you should try, so I can appreciate the effort. But it's unlikely we're going to live through this turn. Yeah, There we go. Let's see if this is the deciding game, or if John Wick is going to force yet another match. At that point, it would be getting quite close. Here's the Thunder Dragon. Movies is very interesting. I'm not sure why we run that. I guess that's part of the package with Soul Exchange, but I don't think it's very good against Rageki Break. Set Tomato Pass. Could set Mirror Force, I wouldn't. Gibber doesn't respect Breaker, I guess. And there we go, there's the Breaker. You could argue that Breaker isn't all that bad for us, seeing as with Tsukiyomi and the Tomato. So we go for level 3 here, I believe. And we just attempt to crash and bait out some form of back row. There we go. Very efficient. So what now? Summon Chaos Sorcerer, I guess. And set the new Doria. Summons a defense to player on the tomato crashing. Whoa! Sets the Night Assailant. Bit weird to me. So the Night Assailant is quite good at popping a set monster. And likely John-Wick is not going to summon a face-up monster into our Chaos Sorcerer. Unless that monster is a Chaos Sorcerer of their own. And then the Night Assailant can pop that. So yeah, I think that's an intelligent decision by Gibby. Double movies. That sounds like too much to me. So lead with the 97 flip. Okay. I mean, we did put Mobius into our deck, so I guess we summon it. Torrential is so scary, but maybe they would have cashed it in there. I'm not so sure because let's say we set something attack with these two, they have a Torrential, then we can go Serpent, trigger the Torrential, so it could still be. But I mean, like every trap in their deck is chainable right now. I still think we go for the Mobius. We could go for the Tsukiyomi, but the Mobius are basically bricks. So losing them is not as big of a deal as losing something like Tsukiyomi and Midoriya. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's a 2.4k body. Maybe we should have. No, this is good. Attack. Set faith. Didn't shuffle his hand. Yeah, I think we still just attack. No, we probably lead with the faith. Do we? Yeah. Here I think we could summon a second Mobius. It's bad against Torrential Serpent, but that's always going to be bad, right? And I still don't think the Mobius look that great. Although, looks pretty good here, but overall, I think probably should summon it when we have the opportunity. Okay, this is a risk reward. Okay, that's a great trade, at least. So can we summon Belas here? We can. Do we summon Belas here? So we can summon a banish or summon an attack with it. So cards that keep them alive are Tomato, Great Group of Spy, Night Assailant, not too impressed. We could also summon it, banish, attack with the Mobius, set Typhoon, set Call, and claim that it's hard for us to lose from there. That would require something along the lines of Storm plus Snatch. Yeah, I think that's a good line. But I don't think going for game is bad either. Okay, Gibby decides to go for the first mentioned line. So let's see. Does John-Wick have anything? Nope. Alright, so Gibby wins the 1 versus 4 match for $400 in total. Was fun to commentate the last game, fun to commentate this one as well, or these two, because this was 2 games. Well played from Gibby, I think just a masterclass in how Chaos should be played, and also in how you don't have to play like a stock Chaos list. Gibby does his own thing and does very well with it against very strong players. And while I don't agree with all their decisions, uh, Gibby plays well, very well, and I'm by no means claiming that I would do any better. So yeah, I thought this was a nice match. High stakes, high incentive to win. Cool to see strong players uh, forced to do their best. So yeah, that will be it for this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.